by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cells. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power, all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. I hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another
powerful show for you today. So I'm going to need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Hey, look, thank you for joining me this Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. We got a lot to cover in the show. It's a lot to talk about. We're going to get right to it. We got a guest. We got a guest at 2 p.m. today. So we got a lot going on, a lot of moving parts. But I'm gonna get it started. Who we got in the chat? SC in the chat. I see you, SC. Josh, salute to Josh joining the chat. Kawanda, Sincere Running Ray, Real, salute King. Jeff. Who else we got in the chat? Brewers in the chat. Tracy Hayes. I see you, Tracy, in the chat. Thank y'all for joining the show. As y'all know, we had the situation at the 3rd Street Market Hall. With the takeover was supposed to come to the 3rd Street Market Hall. It was a dud. I didn't see not one youth come here, and which led me to believe that it was a dummy post. There was somebody that was copycatting, trying to do copycat work, because I didn't even see a kid standing around nowhere. Like, how do you make a dummy post and nobody show? I'm talking about, like, if you walk a block, if you go in, you don't see not one kid trying to peek around the corner to see if they can come over here. So I think that's what you call a dummy post. To me, it was a dummy post, because ain't no way if hundreds of kids are doing this, and even if it was like deterred, it was done on social media. So it ain't like they calling each other, hey, don't go up there today. They got the police up there. You know, it would have been some stragglers if it was real. It would have been like 1 or 2 kids, or, 5 or 6 kids getting off the bus trying to get over here. Zero. I didn't see. I walked around the outskirts to try to see, can I see anybody, jumping back on the bus? Oh, no, there go the cops. It was a dud. It was a false alarm. That's what it was. But it was also a waste. It was also a waste of resources. A lot of times when something happens in the community like these takeovers, many times we have to respond because it already taken place. So it kind of puts you on the reactionary side of the fence, because you don't know if it's real or not, but you got to take all precautions. So salute to everybody that came down. I think we had some community ideas down here, 414 Life. I know I seen that on the news. And we had the police, the officers that were standing around and things like that. Police cars lined up in front of the 3rd Street Market. But like I said, now we're seeing several dummy posts. They had one where they had to take over of all the police districts. I mean, like now you, as an advocate, I got to use my common sense. These kids ain't finna go put themselves in front of the police station. This is why I try to tell people, okay, well, now common sense got to kick in. Because now you got the copycats, you got people that's, hey, look, I'm going to make me an AI flyer. It's just AI. It only take you 2 seconds to make it. So, hey, we got a lot of that going on. But what I did find out is that these takeovers are something that's going on in Chicago. It's something that's going on in Atlanta, Louisiana, New York, and other places. And it was before we even had to take over here at Bayshore. So a lot of y'all thought this was original to Milwaukee, that it was only happening here. We all thought, okay, what is this? It took us off guard. But all you got to do is do a little research, and you'll see that these takeovers are actually going on simultaneously across many urban communities at the same time, or within the same length of time. That whoever's doing this is part of a more larger, sinister idea. And a lot of people thought that this was just the kids. I believe that it's some adults involved, because they're orchestrating something that's going on in black communities from city to city. It's like a whole operation going on. And I'll say this. This is why I wanted to ask, who's posting the flyer? Let's see if we can get these people that's posting the flyer, and then we'll know what direction to go. We'll know if it's the youth doing it or it's something more sinister or a larger plot that cause chaos in communities. And largely, this is happening in black communities. So what is that? So I think that now we're starting to uncover that we may be all getting played. Like I've seen, I think Von Mays made a post that said, we may be all getting played with this because we're thinking that it's causing us to have real conversations about the youth, first of all, and we need to have those real conversations about the youth. But also, there's a larger idea going on because it's happening simultaneously in multiple black cities with black youth. So what is that? Is something going on with somebody that's orchestrating this? Who's orchestrating this? Why can't we get the people that's doing the original post? Now, I did see something with the Lime scooters, and I said, okay, I wish they would do the Lime scooter one, because you need a credit card or you need a card to activate the Lime scooter, which would give us information on who is doing this or who's participating in this, because they would have to have some type of credit card to really activate the Lime scooter. They said that the person who's making these flyers has an Instagram page. And that's what I'm saying. Like, how come how come these people have not been confronted and shown to the public? Because this is where we have to take these things. If you're doing things like this and it's causing as many resources to be, used, like what happened at the 3rd Street Market Hall, they just using resources up, then they should pay the tab on that for causing this type of reaction and chaos. Or can they do that, Andrew? Can that be something that can be done? If you are causing chaos and making flyers and causing chaos, should you be responsible for the resources being wasted?
It's going to cost a lot more than that $20 ChatGPT subscription.
I guess. Hey, look, when we come back, I got some articles I want to play, Truth Nation. I got some articles from all around in different communities that I want to play you to show you that these takeovers may not be the kids. It could be orchestrated from behind the scenes. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner, serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
Hey fans, John Kuhn here, team captain of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and there's a reason it's considered the Midwest premier place to bet on all your favorite sports. The full bar, awesome dining, 2,000 square foot screen, and nearly 100 betting kiosks makes for an unbeatable playbook. Bet above the rest, only at Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Need a quick, delicious way to fuel your day? Try one of our new protein power plays from Cousins Subs. Power ham, power turkey, power club, power tuna. 4 craveable 5-inch subs on freshly baked Italian bread. Packed with protein, up to 33 grams. All for just $7.99 for a limited time. It's the flavor you love with the fuel you need. Grab a protein power play in store, online, or on the Cousins Subs app today. Cousins Subs, we believe in better.
Put Brewers weekends back on your schedule when the Crew take on the Nationals April 10th through the 12th. Collect a new Mish trading card bobblehead for the first 25,000 fans on Saturday the 11th, courtesy of Toyota. Then reserve Sunday for a full day of family fun. Kids can run the bases, get autographs, and the first 5,000 kids get a Brewers wiffle ball set, courtesy of Joy. Plus, it's a kids cheer free Sunday. Grab your seat at brewers.com/tickets.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, it's the Tory Lowe Show, it's the Tory Lowe Show, it's the Tory Lowe Show. You gotta tune in. You gotta tune in. Yeah, hey, Tory Lowe, you know how it go. Don't play, always up in the flow. Hey, they never know. Hey, they gotta go. You don't know Tory, then you better know. Yeah, all in the streets. People just know he a beast. He cannot go and get beat. Every game type it repeat. Yeah, know how it go. He up in the news, you know how it go. He the KF, you know how the flow. You know he the flow. He be the Joe, he did the show. Hey,
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We trying to get to the bottom of these takeovers. We got to get to the bottom of it. We got to make sure that everybody understands that this is not just isolated to what happened at Bayshore, or this is not isolated to what we're seeing right here in the city. This actually going on in Chicago, Atlanta, New York, Baton Rouge, and other townships, black townships. So who's really behind all of this? Who's really orchestrating this? I think it's something more sinister, something more maniacal going on, diabolical, if that, because now some kids are getting shot due to these gatherings. Shootings are starting to break out at some of these gatherings. I want to go to the Chicago, where if you listen to this audio, if you just mute the city, you would think that this happened right here in the city of Milwaukee, because all of the media outlets are reporting kind of the same way about these takeovers in their own cities. So what I'm seeing is multiple cities with multiple newscasts that all sound the same. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got Chicago City Council takes up teen takeovers. They are putting in a curfew. This happened back in February. Truth Nation. Let's listen.
Today, there are more efforts at Chicago City Hall to try and stop large gatherings of teens downtown. The so-called teen takeovers have been a big issue. There were 2 shootings, one of them deadly, after the city Christmas tree lighting back in November. Now, 2 proposals are up for a vote today in the Public Safety Committee. One would give the Chicago Police Department the power to declare a snap curfew with at least a 12-hour notice. You may remember Mayor Brandon Johnson vetoed a similar ordinance last year. That one had a shorter notice, though. Yesterday, he said he is still against giving CPD the authority to decide if and when a curfew should take place.
Support curfews. That's what we actually instituted and implemented on New Year's Eve. It's a 10 p.m. curfew that's always been in place. I've never been opposed to a curfew for teenagers. What I've been opposed to is to have unilateral control offered into one entity of government to determine if
they
a curfew
making it all
should be
political.
implemented.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. What I'm trying to get y'all to hear is that now every township is now they're using it as political struggle back and forth, pointing fingers, things like that. When really the real conversation is let's get involved and redirect the energy and start directing the energy of our youth in the right direction. That's my goal with all of this. Because somebody's orchestrating this, somebody's directing the energy nationwide. So the best thing we could do is, see that somebody was able to come manipulate the energy of the township, the youth, into chaos. So all we got to do is redirect the energy. That's all we can do with this situation. So salute to all of the brothers and sisters that's out there trying to redirect the energy, redirect these youth to better things, or having conversations to see where we need to put the energy to redirect the youth at this point. Because if you head over to Atlanta, due to these teen takeovers, they're declaring state of emergency. And this is just crazy because these takeover events got every township moving resources because there's droves of black teens flocking to this type of style of energy and gathering. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got something out of Atlanta. They declaring a state of emergency due to the teen takeovers. Let's listen.
Out of an abundance of caution, Henry County leaders say they're taking action to prevent a so-called teen takeover.
We have declared a local emergency because credible information and the history of similar events across Metro Atlanta indicate a real risk.
Urban Air in McDonough is the latest target in a string of teen takeovers across Metro Atlanta.
They became aware of this post regarding a teen takeover at Urban Air and notified us.
Previous takeovers happened in Cobb County at the Battery, in Atlanta along the Beltline, where both locations saw multiple arrests and even guns taken away.
We saw what was going on in Cobb County and Atlanta over the past few weeks or months regarding shootings and arrests and violence, and we wanted to make sure that our community was safe.
In the emergency declaration, the county has a curfew for anybody under 18, beginning at 7 p.m. Friday, running until 6 a.m. Monday.
The plan is that if you step out of line, we're going to be there and make charges if you do anything that is unlawful or criminal. We all have done things that we weren't supposed to do. I think social media is driving more of it because there's more of a communication happening, so they can all let each other know what they're doing.
All right. So they got all these curfews for the kids. They got all of these tactics they're trying to do for the kids. I ain't seen not one organizer get put on the news. I was on the news the other day because I organized a community cleanup takeover. They knew, hey, let me go to Tory because he's trying to, do something with the takeover community cleanup. Okay, just like they came and got me, you got all of these takeovers going on, but not one organizer is in the front. Even some townships knowing that the takeover is going to come and they're getting prepared for the takeover, but you never went and tried to check the person that made the post. This is where I say, this to me is sounding like something that's going on that's more orchestrated to me. To me, like this, y'all want to look at the kids? Okay, fine. They participating in it. But did they originate this idea? I would raise an eyebrow. I would raise an eyebrow because all of these different black townships, they're getting prepared or putting resources to stop what they see as a takeover. But when I was organizing protests, they knew all of the people that was organizing the protests. They knew everybody that was organizing the protests, and the police would know us by name. They would call our names out at the protest. The police did. Some people say, I need to get back out here like that. I say, hey, I did my time. I did my time in these streets like that. I'm on to something else. I got better ideas, But at the time when I was coming up, it was what it was. You just going through the steps. But they knew who we was. The people that was organizing protests, they know they got your name on a sheet at the police station, they'll actually walk up to you and start asking you questions because you got a right to protest, but they knew who was putting it together. Now we got all these teen takeovers. We ain't seen not one teen saying, hey, I organized this. Causing chaos in all different townships across the United States, black townships, and yet nobody knows who did this. And I don't understand. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe they don't know who did this. They said they definitely organizing on social media. That speaks for itself. Okay, let's say they organizing on social media. It came from an account. Even if you can't get to the person, where's the account being posted to say, hey, look, these are the people from this account. Examine the account. Is this a dummy account? Is this a real person? Most people post their whole life on Facebook. Most people got all kinds where they eating at. They got their friends on the TikTok. They doing TikTok dances. Teens on social media, they got all their little things on there. So you telling me if it's a teen-driven thing, where is the account? Is it a real account? Is it a dummy account? Why ain't that the conversation? Let's stop it at the root. Hey, I'm going to keep y'all updated. I'm going to keep y'all updated on all these takeovers as we continue to try to find out who is actually behind these takeovers. Is it a teen? Is it an adult working with teens? Is it something more sinister going on? Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to have a pop culture report. We got Nazir, Spencer, in the studio. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Discover your new favorite city, Milwaukee. Catch a sunrise over Lake Michigan. Sip your way through craft breweries. And dive into a dining scene that's turning heads. From museums and music to thrilling sports teams and buzzing nightlife, Milwaukee delivers all season long. Good things are always brewing on the Fresh Coast. The expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org have everything you need to fully plan every detail. Whatever it is you'd like to do in Milwaukee. Plan your trip today at visitmilwaukee.org.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Bucks finally won another game against the Dallas Mavericks last night, 123-99. Ryan Rollins with 24 and Kuzma with 20. Doc Rivers after the game.
But great to have him tonight. Home games, things like that. Trying to take care of our home crowd, I think it'd be smart.
Alex Antetokounmpo saw his first game action and scored 3 points last night. Alex after the game.
Dream come true. Honestly, just subbing in, it was kind of like I was looking around. Obviously, being a kid that grew up in Milwaukee, it was just kind of crazy. I've been to more Bucks games than I can never count, so to put on that jersey was amazing.
Bucks are back at it tonight in Houston against the Rockets. The Brewers will go for the series victory this afternoon against the Rays after finally getting the bats going last night for the 6-2 victory. Jacob Mizorowski gets a pre-birthday start today versus the Rays. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Xavier Spencer in studio.
Yo.
Xavier, it's a lot going on.
Yeah, we gonna get through all of it too. Look, I got 2 NBA stuff for you right away. All right, we ain't talked about NBA in a minute.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that's because we're not going to the playoffs.
Right, we suck. So, but it's some interesting things going on. And the third Antetokounmpo brother has finally hit the stage last night against the Dallas Mavericks.
They finally let him play. I heard he got his first points.
Yeah, he got his first points, 3 points in 3 minutes. That was cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that was cool. But, they got him some minutes. We blew out the Mavericks last night, by the way.
That's what's up.
Okay, 123-99.
Was it because of Alex?
Oh, no. Well, he got 3 points out of the 123, That's cool.
Right.
That's cool, Made it a little bit bigger.
We got rid of Cam Thomas, and we brought Alex up. From the 2-way contract.
Hey, Cam was low-key dog water, man, for a little bit. ISO ball. That's all he know.
He wasn't good for the flow of traffic.
Not for the young Bucks that
he was trying to hog the ball.
Yeah, and he would just take any shot. It was crazy.
Oh wow.
He don't play winning basketball. I like Cam Thomas. I like the way he plays sometimes. It's just you got to learn how to play winning basketball. He wasn't doing that. But yeah, you brought up Alex from the 2-way. It was cool.
Well, I think we made history where we have 3 brothers that have scored on a professional team.
That's crazy.
Right here in the city of Milwaukee.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be better if, we was making playoffs and we was just blowing people out and we brought Alex up. Hey, come get some minutes, some reps.
Well, like I said, the Antetokounmpo name is strong. And I think that right now, we're probably looking at, if they trade Giannis, the last of this.
Yeah.
So they might as well get him in there, get his points up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if best case scenario, they stay. But every day it looks more and more like Giannis may be on his way out.
We saw that post of him saying he ain't leaving, but that's because we didn't trade him. So, in the summertime, it might be different. I don't know no more.
All I'm saying is, you might as well get him up there.
Yeah.
We tanking. I guess we trying to see what lottery pick. I guess and I don't even think, do we have a first round pick?
I think so, because if the Pelicans, I think if the Pelicans stay bad, we still get an early pick. I think something like that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, I guess we're playing for the draft at this point.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's the only good thing about this season left. We can try to plan for next year.
Now, I don't know what we're going to get in the draft, because I think we should get a forward, because we already got guards, unless they end up leaving, which I don't think they will. They got about a year or two left in their contracts. We got Kyle Kuzma, but we need like a young.
We throw Kyle Kuzma in the package, in the trade package. I mean,
nobody want his contract.
I'm just saying.
Nobody want his contract. He worked too much money, man. You know, it's rough. Now, look, I don't know, man.
I'm gonna leave it alone. We might have to change topics because you know how I feel about Kyle Kuzma.
I know we cut Dame.
He should have been way better than what he doing right now.
Oh man,
he milking the clock so hard right now. He milking that money.
Yeah,
he milking that cash.
Yeah. He's doing a good job at it, too. You know? All right, but we got some other NBA news.
Andrew said he the NBA version of Amber Rose.
Yes. Just be milking it.
Milking the clock.
Yeah. Look, wow. We got another NBA, some other NBA news real quick. Some very interesting news here, okay? Jaden Ivey, okay, he like broke his leg last year on the Pistons, or 2 years ago maybe. And he hasn't been the same since, okay? On the court and off the court. On the court, he was a dog when he was on the Pistons. Then he got traded this season to the Bulls in exchange for some other players. The Bulls loaded up on a bunch of guards, and Ivey was one of them. So Ivey, he goes on his live the other day and explains to why the NBA is just bad marketing when it comes to the LGBTQ community, saying that it's unrighteousness and they promote it and they promote a bunch of sinning and all this and that. And immediately, like 30 minutes later, he got cut from the Bulls. And people online are sparking attention saying, hold on, this freedom of speech, and y'all let people stay on teams that beat their wives, beat their girlfriends, cheat the game. You know, friends with Jeffrey Epstein, they got one of the owners. No, the former commissioner was like super best friends with Jeffrey Epstein and had Epstein at all the Knicks games. No problem. But as soon as somebody speak out about something like that, he's cut from the team.
So ain't no freedom of speech when you're talking about that.
Right. And his NBA career is probably over. I mean, to be fair, let's play devil's advocate here. He is going on some type of religious, crisis online, responding to people in the comments, saying a bunch of weird stuff. Talking about his wife not responding to him. Now his family's calling him crazy. He's calling out Steph Curry, saying that Curry is all a part of this stuff too. Just deep stuff, weird deep stuff. And
so he went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, he's losing it now. People think he's
so
like
is
crazy.
He losing it or he pulling the Kanye West? Where he's saying so much of his truth that they just saying he crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So people are speculating online like he doesn't deserve to be cut because y'all letting people do way worse stuff in the league. So, I wanted to bring this to the table because I think it's an interesting topic.
Well, I think that everybody has different belief systems.
Right.
And I think he's just speaking on what he believes. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you speak on what you believe and it goes against the grain, you get flushed down the drain.
Yeah, right with it.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel the same way he feels. They just afraid to say it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you got the people that he's offending that own everything. Like that as you working for me. Hold on, wait a minute.
In Chicago.
Some of his people that's probably cutting his check.
Yeah.
It's probably LGBTQ or, don't mind it. So, like I said, you can't, what they say, Ottawa, don't outshine the master.
Yeah.
It's just it's a rule to the game. Sometimes you got to keep, if it's not really affecting what you believe or what you're trying to do, sometimes you got to keep that stuff to yourself because once you speak it out there, the person that's cutting your check could be LGBTQ.
And the thing is, Chicago is one of the more inclusive, organizations in the league. They love everybody. The city itself is all about that. They love everybody, whether you're gay, straight.
They had a gay president.
Right.
Exactly. Not gay president, but a mayor. Right. Lightfoot, Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah. Their quarterback paints their nails. Right. So they don't really care. Right?
You might offend a lot of people in Chicago.
Right. So, that's one of the organizations that you cannot be speaking up like this, man. You can't. Hey. And look, look.
It was a basketball player from the 90s that was a Chicago Bull. I think that he was Islam, and he got his career cut short because he was speaking out on his beliefs. I think he was before Colin Kaepernick. I think he was more on the Star Spangled Banner side that was a racist thing. And I think that this was a while back. I forgot his name, but I guess he was his career was cut short.
So
he's not the first.
Right. They tried to do
Chicago.
it to Kyrie.
He's not the first Chicago Bull to get cut short due to what he believed. Kyrie, this happened off of what he shared.
Yeah, they tried to cut him off.
He shared a post.
Yeah,
that was on Amazon.
They weren't going to cut him.
And they was trying to do.
They wasn't going to cut Kyrie, though.
You know, they was trying to get Kyrie, too. So.
Kyrie cost too much money. They wouldn't do that.
Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges. That's the one.
Yeah,
Craig Hodges. He said something that he believed, and they cut him short. And he was a Chicago Bull. So, like I said, Chicago known for cutting people.
Yeah.
I'm talking about cutting them off, all the way off.
Look, Kyrie was very close to getting cut because he hit on a specific topic, anti-Semitism stuff, and it hurt a lot of people, I guess, and you know.
Eddie brought up the Craig Hodges. Eddie in the chat.
Yeah.
He said he won his points. He won his points for bringing up Craig Hodges, who was cut short as a Chicago
Eddie.
Bulls for his beliefs. So, like I said, but at the end of the day, this is where I say it's different lifestyles out here.
Yeah.
People doing different things. I don't even agree and believe with a lot of things, and probably a lot of people don't agree and believe like me. But I believe that we can also work together and get some stuff done.
That's what I mean.
So sometimes you got to make sure that you don't cut the hand that feeds you, because maybe that hand that feeds you may believe in what you're speaking out against.
And I feel like...
And that sounds like what happened to me.
Yeah.
Not with me, but with the basketball player.
Yeah.
And he has to make sure that he understands that when you're in a game that's open to the public, you shouldn't. If you bring your beliefs into a public idea, this can happen to you.
Right. And
because you got every right to believe how you want to believe.
Yeah.
On your own, in your own home, in your own daily life. But when you step out into the public, when you go into work, when you go into school, you don't even have to do that. You can stay isolated like the Amish people.
Yeah.
You don't. If you believe something that you dealing with a situation where there's multiple ideas going, you may not agree, but at the end of the day, you got to know how to deal with the public and know how to deal with your private.
Yeah, you got to be able to maneuver it the right way. I mean, people in the comments were saying, Josh Giddey, like a couple years ago, got caught up with some minor, and apparently,
wow,
he got.
He's still playing basketball.
He's still playing basketball. He played for the Bulls.
Right, he played for the Bulls. Right, they moved him around.
Yeah, so look. It's weird, but that's how the NBA and maybe the NFL operates, man.
And that's why I don't be around people that don't know how to control themselves. Like I said, we out in public.
Yeah,
like okay, you got so many different beliefs and lifestyles.
Yep.
Everybody is not dealing or believing the way you do, so you have every right to be and say and believe the way you do.
Yep,
that's America.
Yep.
But when you're operating in the public, you got to know how to conduct yourself as well. And I'm not saying that he was wrong for saying what he believed, but sometimes when you say what you believe and it offends people in the public, you may have to face the consequences.
Yep.
So you got to understand that too as well.
Yeah, his NBA career might have been cut short for that.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
I won tickets last week on your show to see The Wiz. I just wanted to call and say thank you and say I appreciate you. I appreciate the show. I appreciate the station. That was a core memory that was made last night. The Wiz was an amazing performance.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017. Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Screaming, that's Tory Lowe. I gotta say my city black man can do. I'm just here to do what God say. 10 toes down in Milwaukee. They put my name on the highways. If you need me, better call me. And they say, when something going on, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something going wrong, who you gon' call? Tory Lowe. When something
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, Pop Culture Report with Nazir Spencer in studio.
We got a couple things.
We got a couple things to talk about. Chicago is making headlines. I've been talking about it when the show started, these takeovers.
They're going crazy.
But it's going on everywhere right now in different black communities where the kids are doing these takeover ideas. It seems well orchestrated to me.
You know what I used to do at spring break when I was the age in high school, spring break or middle school spring break? I just played a game.
Play the video game.
Or go on vacation somewhere, with the family. Mm-hmm. Or go hang out with the homies at the crib, in the backyard. Go play some football or something. These kids in Chicago and in Milwaukee, but this was Chicago.
And in Atlanta. According to these reports.
Look, we got a whole bunch of them across the country right now. I don't know where they're getting these ideas from, just going and trashing people's cars. But the Chicago one, there's a whole mob running down the street. Smashing cars, dancing on top of cars, running in the middle of the street.
Well, once you get a bunch of kids together in Chicago, you got to be careful, too, because a lot of those kids are they neighborhoods are well documented to have drama.
Yeah.
So if you bring a bunch of kids from Chicago together, they may be running into kids that they supposed to have a problem with.
And that's when it comes to the fighting, and the shooting, and the disappearances from some teenagers. Look. These are everywhere, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's orchestrating.
That's why I said it's not. I was trying to tell somebody this is not a teen that's behind this. This is somebody, an adult or an organization.
Yeah.
And they're aiming it at the teens, and the teens are just biting on it.
You think it's fun?
Yeah, and I was sent a picture. Salute to let me go to.
Yeah.
Let me show this picture. It's in Andrew. It's in the. Talk to text. Sam King sent this 1298 sent this to me. We was talking about the takeovers. There's a website, Instagram called Takeovers in Milwaukee. It has 6 posts, 1,320 followers, following 145. It's a dummy site, and they have all the takeovers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 posts, takeovers. And if you're watching as we broadcast live, we have this up on the screen that this site, a dummy site to me, that has 6 takeovers, but they don't have the Moody Park takeover. I noticed that the Moody Park takeover is not posted on this dummy site. Understand what I'm saying? So everybody's starting to make their own takeover because it's starting to spread in popularity. I don't even see the 3rd Street Market Hall post on this takeover site. You know what I mean? So
I saw that poster. That was a little nerve-wracking. I don't know what they was going to do in here, but they was going to mess up some restaurants or something. Who knows?
Right. But they know that they get
stuff.
A bunch of kids together.
Right.
Saying it's a takeover. Kids show up.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they may run into somebody that they have a beef with. And next thing you know that's going to be an automatic.
Or they start a beef with for no reason.
It's all automatic. What street you from?
Right.
They got street territory down in Chicago. We don't have that so much.
Right.
Right? In our communities, individuals having problems with each other.
Yeah.
I always tell people, Milwaukee really don't have a gang problem. We have a mental health
egotistical kind of problem.
It's like it's individualized.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a problem with them. I got a problem with her. I got a problem. Like Instagram, Facebook, people beefing online.
Yeah.
Then when I see you, it's on site. They pulling up. They adults fighting in the middle of the street.
That makes no sense to me. Look, I know the other day I said, the kids got to be better. They got to look up to better people. But who they go look up to? The parents ain't there. Why the parents letting the kids?
Or if the parents are there, they not tuned in.
Right. That's when it comes back to the kids.
I'm finna go to the mall.
Right.
And not understanding what's actually going on behind the scenes.
Right. That's when it comes back to the kids. But at the same time, the parents, they just got to step up, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened to community discipline. Like, it's just, it's not looking good for these young.
And if they can be that easily manipulated, what does that say about the village? That's all I'm saying. Like, if this is something more sinister, more well orchestrated, then what does that say about the village, that this could actually, an outside force can come in and control your children?
Yeah.
With a flyer.
A flyer and a couple TikTok dances.
That's all I'm saying. Like,
look,
that's a self-reflection idea on the community.
Yeah, there's got to be some change.
And everybody involved.
There's got to be some change. I don't get it. I don't really understand it. I don't really care to understand it that much. But I think the only thing I should understand is that these kids got to get better.
They do got to get better.
They got to get
and they're going to get better with our help.
Oh, yeah.
Or with the help of the parents. I really believe that the parents need to really lock down. If you got a child with a cell phone in their hand, you should know what they're doing online. Even if you got to set it up to where when they do something, you get a ding on the phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you got to probably be that sharp because things can fall through the cracks online.
They can put, timers on certain apps. You can only be on certain apps for a certain amount of time. You can do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they got a lot of controls for parents. And some of y'all parents probably have to look into that because even though you got your kid in the house, if you're not monitoring what they're doing online,
it could get ugly.
It could get ugly. It could get out of hand real quick.
Speaking of something that got out of hand real quick, we haven't talked about this yet, man. Drewski, he had a big post last week imitating, I guess, white suburban women overall.
And a lot of people say that he was imitating Erica Kirk.
Right, which I think he was. But in the caption, it said how white suburban women act. So
he could have been imitating Eddie, too.
Yeah, he could have been imitating anybody, really, But, after that, he stands to lose $1 million in endorsements.
$1 million in endorsements
with T-Mobile. You know how he does commercials and stuff. Yeah,
due to this
comedy, due to the Erica Kirk skit.
So T-Mobile feeling the pressure.
Or something.
Well, God bless. Drewski got money coming in.
Right. Look, I'm telling you, people. If T-Mobile drops Drewski, a lot of people gonna start dropping T-Mobile.
Right.
Verizon will get a lot of people. AT&T will get a lot of people.
Well, I'll say this. when you talk about big business and things like that, they feel the pressure from the people.
Yeah.
Just like I think Bud Light, when they went to the transgender spokesperson, people push back against that. You know, do you get that same pushback? So you, like I say, when you out in the public and you doing things, and you know, corporations feel the pressure from the people. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, it's gonna work both ways. If they cut Drewski, now the headlines are gonna say Drewski cut from being a comedian, and is comedy protected by the First Amendment? Like, can you get somebody for doing comedy?
Yeah.
Just like the rappers, can you get a rapper from the lyrics?
Yeah, she's trying to sue him and everything. I mean, you saw what happened with Target. I forget what Target did, but people were starting to boycott. I think it was the DEI program, and people started to boycott Target after that stuff.
Right.
So I'm telling you, T-Mobile, they better shape up a little bit. I don't know what they're thinking, but dropping one of your biggest, you know, endorsements, you know,
maybe they'll let him go and let him keep the money.
He probably made like quadruple that.
But what I'm saying is maybe they'll say, okay, we just gonna chill out. We're gonna say we're gonna let this cool down, but you won't lose any funds.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't losing nothing. He making money off of this video right now. I bet you.
That's what I'm saying. But he does these skits, you know.
He's probably the best in the game at it right now.
And what I'm saying is Drewski will survive, you know.
Oh, yeah.
If they do cut him, he's going to get more money. It's going to make him more money. Like, usually when people feel a certain way of freedom of speech or being a comedian, now you're going to look up and he's going to have a Netflix special, Netflix deal. So, you know, I don't feel bad for Drewski at this point, because when you do controversial skit,
I mean, he don't feel bad either.
Yeah, when you do controversial skit ideas, it come with the game.
Yeah, he knew that though, but that's why he posted the next day or the same day maybe. You know, he got a white granddad, so he put the I can do that card. You know, I got the pass.
Hey, this Erica Kirk gonna put him in ghost status.
Oh man, now I don't know if she got that much power.
No, it's because it's going to be controversial.
Yeah,
and it's going to mark. I've never seen a comedian in this space where the mainstream public is saying, okay, this comedian jokes or the skit is offensive to the public, like to where he may lose endorsements. Yeah. Name a comedian that, you know, on this scale that have ever been in this situation.
I don't think nobody.
Dave Chappelle kind of, that's because he didn't want to.
I mean,
you know, that was a contractual idea.
Yeah, but he was fine though.
Right. But what I'm saying is Drewski put out a skit, and now they're saying, okay, they're going beyond him being a comedian and saying that what he's doing is detrimental to a person.
Shane Gillis.
Here we go.
Like you know?
Hey,
look, I love the skit. It was funny to me. You know, I thought comedy is comedy. The only issue I got is people talking about what if we did blackface. Well, that's completely different.
But they already did blackface.
They already did it.
Let me tell you something. The minstrel shows and all of that stuff. So that's already taken place for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, you talking about one skit.
You're
okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So come on now.
Yeah, we can't compare.
All right, here we go.
That.
This is where I say, like, you got to know your history.
Yeah, people don't know.
Or you're gonna end up a mystery.
Right. Yeah, that Jim Crow stuff get you caught up these days.
Hey,
so,
I'm trying to tell you.
Look, but yeah, I enjoyed the skit, but hey, y'all be careful about that blackface stuff, all right?
Hey, look. Thank you, Nazir Spencer, for tapping in.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, when we come back, we got guests, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out. It helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
we asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
I was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Low. Tory Low Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Low Show. And we talking the cleanup April 18th. Look, I'm going to need y'all to be outside for the big community cleanup this year. And salute to MMSD. Bill is in the studio. And I'll tell you this, when I see Bill, I love him when he comes through because he talks. He's from broadcasting. He's from the broadcasting field.
Speak the language.
Yeah, so he speaks the language. And so, he's been on the show multiple times. But this year, MMSD is sponsoring the cleanup, the 2026 big community cleanup, Tory Low community cleanup. And I am excited because now we getting the full service at MLK Elementary School. And I just want to make sure that we know what the community needs to bring, Bill.
Sure.
First of all, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. Hey, it's Milwaukee.
Excellent.
And so when we talk about MMSD, kind of give everybody an overall idea of the operations that y'all do on a day-to-day basis.
Sure. And the elevator speech is pretty simple. We do wastewater treatment and flood management, trying to reduce the risk of flooding in the area. In the region, and we serve 29 communities, about 1.1 million people, and we have 2 treatment plants for the region, one Jones Island, the other one being South Shore, and those treatment plants aren't designed to remove everything that gets poured down a drain.
Right.
or flush down a toilet or in a shower stall, whatever the case may be. So some chemicals and compounds can go through the plants and out to the lake, which is our source of drinking water. So to help protect the environment, to help protect Lake Michigan, to help protect your home and your family, we have a household hazardous waste program we've been doing since 1997. And it gives people somewhere to take all these nasty chemicals and stuff that can pose a hazard, a poisoning hazard for young kids, but also some of the other things can cause a fire hazard, like a lithium-ion battery can just start on fire.
Right.
We've seen it. And those are things we take and happy to do so and dispose of them properly. A lot of stuff gets recycled. But more importantly, we keep it out of the environment, keep it out of our waterways.
So on April 18th, we'll have the mobile unit out at the MLK Elementary School and things to bring rechargeable batteries, propane tanks, paints, solvents, stain removers, things like that, oil, gas, antifreeze, automotive fluids, fluorescent light bulbs, those long fluorescent light bulbs.
Yeah, they have mercury in them.
Yeah, and usually people just have them sitting in the basement or in the garage.
Yeah, and that's not something you want to breathe in if they break. And same thing with the little small curly Q ones.
Okay.
They're called compact fluorescents. We'll take those as well.
And some people, they try to throw those in the garbage. You know, like, oh, this bulb is blown. I'm going to just throw this in the trash.
And they break when they're in the trash. And then you're getting mercury all over whatever else is in that garbage bag. And potentially if the bag breaks, then it's all over the truck. And it's not good because the landfills have what's called a leachate system at the bottom. And it's clay and some other stuff that doesn't allow water and chemicals to sift through into the groundwater. Well, that leachate system gets collected, and that material goes into a sewer, which then comes to the treatment plant. So that's another reason why we want to keep it out of the garbage as well.
How important it is for us to make sure that we go through the process of getting rid of those household chemicals the right way, you know, because a lot of people, they'll have to pay to actually get rid of a lot of this.
Yeah.
But on April 18th, all they have to do is simply pull up.
Show up.
From 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yeah.
At MLK Elementary School right here in the city of Milwaukee. And people they'll just pull up with the vehicle. You don't even have to get out.
Nope. You can stay right in your car. Matter of fact, we want you to stay in your car. So, yeah, it's very, very easy. Put your stuff in a box if you can. If you have a hatchback where the hatch flips open, you just open that after you stop where they tell you to, and they'll grab the box or whatever you have, dozens of paint cans if that's the case, and they'll unload it, shut your hatch, and boom, you're on your way.
So when you say paint cans, like things with leftover paint?
Yep. Yeah, so we don't – latex paint is not necessarily hazardous once it dries out. So if you have a can that's completely dried out, that doesn't need to come to us.
Okay.
And that'll help save us money for the overall program.
Okay.
The latex paint can that is dried out, make sure the lid's off, but that can go in the garbage.
Okay.
If the people collecting garbage see there's a lid on it, they won't take it because they don't know if it's dried out.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're not, it's just something easy to do. But oil-based paint and all that all needs to come to us. That stays hazardous, even if it's a dried can.
Well, I'll say this. I think this is a great service for the city of Milwaukee, especially many times when it's spring cleaning. You get in the garage and you get to clean in the garage. You start seeing old oil cans, things with oil in it, old things that you're not using anymore.
Yeah.
44 D cans, things like that.
Yeah.
You know, you just okay. You just kind of collect it in a little pile.
Yeah, or gas that goes bad from sitting in a lawnmower or a snowblower for a season where it's not being
Motor
used.
oil that you ain't even finna use from the old car.
Right.
You got a new car and you got the old oil just sitting off to the side. You know.
Yeah.
These are the things that because I want to make sure that people understand that this is a service that is going to help you get rid of a lot of the things that you may have just sitting around piling up in the basement, in the garage. And many times when you get an opportunity to get rid of those things, it's going to save you money and save you time.
It is. And our program is extremely reasonable household in Milwaukee County. And it's only open for Milwaukee County residents.
Right.
But household in Milwaukee County pays, this year it'll be $5.30 for the entire year for unlimited use for the program. So not only are we going to have this one-day mobile collection, but there are 3 facilities open all year, and that one in Menominee Falls, and then one at 38th and Lincoln in Milwaukee, and another one at 13th and College in Milwaukee.
Now, these facilities, is 3 facilities, and you know, when we talk about, because I'm going to be visiting the facility tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get over there, you know. That. But like I said, this is stuff that goes on every day. People, especially when it starts to get to springtime, many times a lot of people, they'll say, okay, I can't make it to these locations. Well, this is your opportunity to get to my MLK Elementary School right off of Martin Luther King. And I tell you this, it's going to be a long day. And you don't. And if you're not participating in the cleanup, all you got to do is just pull up with the hazardous materials to just drop them off.
Yep, that's it. And if your neighbor's going, that's fine. If your neighbor says, yeah, I'll take your stuff, that's fine. You can bring it. We don't allow any business in the program.
So no business.
No businesses. We legally can only accept waste that's generated by households. And there are different rules at the federal and state level for even transporting waste that's generated by a household versus if it's generated by a business or anything else. The rules are much more strict for any waste that's not generated by a household. They're relaxed for household.
You could just throw it in the van, in the trunk, and just drive up and get rid of it.
Whereas a business, you're supposed to have a special license for the actual vehicle. It has to be rated. And you have to have a special stamp or whatever it is for your driver's license. There's just a bunch of different rules if it's business related. They relax that for, the average person to be able to keep their home safe and bring us that stuff and keep it out of the environment too. We want to make it as easy as possible. That's my goal running the program. I want to make it as easy as possible. We have the 3 open all year, but we could use one more. And it becomes a little tricky because not everybody wants this in their backyard.
Right. I'll tell you this. Over the years, I've seen so much of the things, these hazardous things laying around, where kids can get into it. They may take a trip downstairs or take a trip into the garage. You're not even thinking about this. This is the stuff that's off to the side, in the garage, in the basement. And
under your sink, in the kitchen.
It could be a poisonous thing that could take place too.
Absolutely.
As well.
Yeah. Some of the things that we don't take are electronics.
Okay.
And that gets tricky because it's actually illegal in the state of Wisconsin to put electronics in the garbage.
Right. And like television, like TVs, like
TVs, radios.
Those Black Friday TVs that they got the 60-inch screen that don't work no more.
For $40, yeah.
Yeah.
The disposable ones.
They gave them out. Now they don't work. You can't.
You get what you pay for.
You can't even get rid of them now. No. So don't bring those. Don't bring the TV.
Yeah, you got to wait for an electronics recycling event to get rid of those. And unfortunately, sometimes those cost $10, $20, $30 just to get rid of one TV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's why, this program's such a good public service at a very decent cost. And for less than what you can get one drink at Starbucks in some cases, you get the whole year of service in this program. And some of the communities or counties, I should say, to the north of us, for example, Washington and Ozaki, they don't have as robust of a program.
Mm-hmm.
So we get calls all the time, why can't we take part in your program? And that's because only Milwaukee County residents pay for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is a service that's only for us.
Right.
And we should take advantage of it, especially when you talking about spring cleaning. You know, this is the best time. And like I said, the big community cleanup is coming. Hey, look, when we come back, we got Bill, Public Information Manager from MMSD, in studio. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The baked potato just became the main event. At Loaded Spud, we take comfort food and turn it into something bold. Fresh baked potatoes piled high with creative toppings like buffalo chicken, steak and cheese, and classic loaded favorites, all made fresh and built to satisfy. Big flavor, generous portions, no shortcuts. It's fast, affordable, and proudly local. Loaded Spud, Milwaukee's most unexpected comfort food. Stop in today at 789 North Water Street or visit online at www.letsgetloaded.online.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Say his name. Ooh, yeah. Tory Lowe, say his name. Ooh, yeah. Tory Lowe, say his name.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Look, we talking the Tory Lowe Truth Community Cleanup coming April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. But we got MMSD that'll be outside ready to get all of your household hazard material from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at MLK Elementary School off Martin Luther King right here on the north side. We cannot wait to the 18th because we're going to beautify the city. We got Bill, Public Information Manager at MMSD, in studio. And Bill, what does it mean to just be a part of beautifying the city? Many times when we talk about our community, we talk about taxes, we talk about different things that the city can do for us or resources. But we as people, we can do something too as well.
Absolutely. And you know what? It completely contributes to the quality of life for everybody around you. If you're the one who's throwing garbage out your window, that shame on you. Everybody else has got to look at that, and deal with it. And I always think back to, because I've lived a few places in my life. I always think back to, where have I been where tourists, for example, come in and be like, how do you live here? It's so dirty. And there's garbage everywhere. And that's what I want to prevent. And I want to make it as easy as possible. If I could, I would set up basketball hoops, sort of, at every intersection. Hey, throw your garbage in here instead of just out on the street.
Right.
Make it easy. But yeah, quality of life, it's about having pride in your community, your neighborhood, and you see it when people start taking pride like that. You notice others, and hey, I'm going to do that too. I want my neighborhood to look good. I want this area to look good. I want it to be nice for everybody who comes through, everybody who lives here, and to me, it's a no-brainer.
Reese is in the chat. She says, will they be able to empty gas can and old gas? What's the address?
You got it. If you have old gas in a can that you think has gone bad and you just don't want to put it in your lawnmower or whatever, you can bring the can to us and just tell them, hey, can I get the can back? And they will take it. They will empty it out and hand you the can back, and boom, you're on your way.
And Andrew, can we run a list of the stops? Can you just run the list of the stops for this year's cleanup from A to B? This is where I say, when you talk about dealing with the community, there's going to be a lot of different things happening on April 18th. And salute to MMSD, our presenting sponsor. They're going to have the mobile vehicle out there from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Martin Luther King Elementary School. And when we talk about just making sure that we do our part, this is not, okay, there's a difference between what you can throw in a garbage can and what you should drop off at a mobile hazardous material center.
Yeah, when you throw chemicals and even metals that can be in various products, those can get in. When they get into the landfill, they can end up getting into the liquid that collects at the bottom of the landfill, and that goes to a sewer, which then comes to the treatment plants.
The water. Yeah,
it goes to the treatment plants, which aren't designed to remove some of those things. So again, it creates the potential for those chemicals and nasty stuff to go through the plant and out to the lake, which we don't want. And people who love to fish and swim and get their drinking water from the lake, they all appreciate that.
And it's all to us to make sure that we stop that from happening, the contamination.
It is. And Tory, I'm still a little shocked when I hear people, and I hear it, about people who catch a neighbor or something who they're changing their oil and they don't know that storm drain out in the street goes directly to the nearest stream or river. It doesn't go to the treatment plant in many cases. So when you do that, you're creating an oil slick on the river, and then everybody else has got to deal with that, and that's not good.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School, 3275 North 3rd Street. 3275 North 3rd Street is where the mobile set up.
Yeah.
It's going to be, you can start early as 8 a.m. all the way to 2 p.m.
Yeah. My experience with these, and all of them, is, especially with the mobiles, we'll get a crowd 20, 30 minutes before the collection even starts, and there'll be a line that forms.
Right.
But then 30 minutes after the collection starts, you can just zip right in and zip, and it goes really quickly. We get that build up at the beginning of people who just really want to be the first in line, and so
get it over with.
I guess my point is
they've been waiting to get
rid of this. Give it a few minutes
before
you come in, so you don't have to sit in that line.
And this is citywide. This is Milwaukee County.
It's all Milwaukee County.
This is all Milwaukee County. Yep. Anybody from Milwaukee County can come out on April 18th and drop off hazardous materials.
Yes.
And when I tell you this is a great thing to add to the community cleanup, let's say you can't make the cleanup, but you can drop off. Come out, drop off. We want to make sure that we have resources and things in play to help you with your spring cleaning this year.
And not to mention, if you time it right, you can get a free something to eat too.
Oh yeah, if you come at the end at the elementary school, at the last stop, we'll be at the elementary school, the last stop from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And hey, we'll have food. We'll have food for those that are signed up. You got to register. You got to go to torylowcleanup.com to register. Make sure you register, because if you come and you don't register, we may not have a proper head count.
Yeah.
So you got to register so we can get the head count, so we know how much to have. So that's why it's important to go to torylowcleanup.com and make sure you register for 1 or 2 or all 3 locations, and make sure that you participate in the biggest community cleanup of 2026. Is going to be powerful. And I appreciate MMSD for adding this element, because there are people that don't know what to do with that stuff. It's been piling up for a while now, and it's just time to clean. It's time to get all that clutter out the garage, out of the basement. It's time. And this is the opportunity. It don't cost you nothing. Pull up. They'll just grab it out the car. You ain't even got to get out.
Yeah, and you don't have to register to do the
no, you don't.
hazmat collection.
You don't have to register for that.
Yeah. So it's a great program. Proud to be involved with it, and we've collected millions of pounds of chemicals.
Oh wow!
And other compounds over the years, and we keep expanding our list of things. Paint is one of the biggest things we get in. But we've expanded to propane tanks, for example, the little 1-pounders used for camping, the 20-pounders that are used for gas grills. We'll take those now. And the company we work with actually bought the equipment to extract whatever gas is left over in those cylinders. And they will then use that gas to power their forklifts. Or if they have enough, they'll use it to heat some of their buildings at the property where they do a lot of this recycling and repackaging of what comes in. So it's a great thing to be able to do that. And prior to that, you couldn't get rid of propane tanks around here. There used to be a company that would do it for a charge, but they stopped. And so we were getting tons of calls. What's going on? Like, where can we take these? And the answer was, don't know, can't tell you. But we provided a solution to that starting last year, and it's been going great.
So once again, things to bring.
Yes. Anything you use for painting, automotive fluids.
Eddie, all your paint?
Pretty much.
Eddie been sniffing that paint. Time to get rid of it, Eddie.
Trying to quit. Yeah, paint, driveway sealer, old fertilizer, although with what's going on right now with petroleum, fertilizer is way expensive right now. Hairspray, you'd be surprised at the crazy stuff we get in. Like, hey, my husband just died. He was a science teacher. He has all these frogs in glass jars of formaldehyde.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And can we bring those? Yeah, you can.
Oh, wow. Scientific.
Mercury. We've had people bring in mason jars half full of mercury because, again, somebody in their family was a science teacher at one point or something. Who knows how they got it? But if you have old thermometers, those have mercury in them.
Those old school, now they got phones now, so they don't even need thermometers. But I've seen a lot of them sitting around.
Yeah, so we'll take those.
Okay.
And those are great to get out of your house. And then the digital thermometers are pretty harmless, except for, there's electronics, which has some metals. But vape equipment, we'll take that. We do not deal with the THC vape equipment, but anything that's nicotine related, including the actual vape devices that have a rechargeable lithium-ion battery in them. We want to, they'll smash those open and get the battery out and dispose the rest properly. But even the liquid nicotine is hazardous. If you think about, and not a lot of people give it any thought, even rubbing alcohol is a flammable. it's if you're not using it,
right,
you don't need it. Something you may want to think about getting out of your house. All kinds of things.
So make sure
gas. Yeah.
The gas, antifreeze, motor oil, any automotive fluids, stain removers.
Yep.
Solvents, fluorescent light bulbs. Just the things that just laying in the corner.
Yeah.
That you've just been sitting there, and you need to get rid of.
Yeah. Make your house safer, make your family safer, and get rid of some of these things that, let's face it, a lot of times they're nothing but dust collectors, and they sit in that corner for years and years. And I'm guilty of it. I'm like, I'll use that one day.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I throw it out so I have to spend another $20 on something later? I'm guilty of it too.
Hey, look. Also. We're not doing the TVs or the electronics.
Yeah, no, we can't do electronics, and we do have. If you go on our website, which is just mmsd.com, and you find the home hazmat information, there's a list of things that we do take and a list of things we do not take. And I've tried to populate, for the things we don't take, I've tried to populate that page with here's where you can take those things, like appliances and dehumidifiers and things like that. So there's at least some solutions there for you. If you have those, we can't take them, but trying to provide
something
a resource.
Interesting I see is people are doing prescription drugs. They're dumping the prescription drugs or something like that.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
No prescription drugs. You have to be able to collect prescriptions. You have to have law enforcement there to accept them.
Okay.
So that's why we set up a program years ago. We used to do medicine collections. And then we got the police so heavily involved that now there's drop boxes at police stations and pharmacies, and those have special handling regulations for who can empty those boxes. And if you need more information on that, it's Take Back My Meds. They have a pretty extensive list of places. You just put in your zip code, and it'll show you everywhere close to you where you can drop off prescription drugs as well.
Well, Bill, I will definitely see you tomorrow at the facility.
Yeah.
At the MMSD facility. I cannot wait to see the facility tomorrow. It'll be my first time. But before we run the break, I want to get your final thoughts and what you want the community to know. Was there anything that we missed in the conversation?
No, just it's amazing how many people don't know this program exists.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's been going on since 1997, and it really is a great public service and very cost-effective one. So use it. I wish we had, like bank support, so we could have a collection center on every corner, like the banks do. But we have the 3 open all year, and hoping to get another one.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Bill Graffin, Public Information Manager at MMSD, in studio. Hey, the big Tory Lowe Truth Community Cleanup is coming April 18th. MMSD presenting sponsor this year. Mobile unit going to be out at MLK Elementary School, and it's going to be out there from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is a perfect chance to kind of keep your house safe from hazardous materials.
Yep, and fire hazards.
Extinguishers?
No.
Okay.
But fire hazards like the lithium-ion batteries.
Okay, yeah, the lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah, bring them to us, and we'll take that threat out of your house.
All right, well, it's going to be at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary School, 3275 North 3rd Street. This is going to be going on from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Just pull up. You don't have to get out. They're going to have you taken care of. Get it out and get out the way. Get back to the house.
Yep.
We appreciate everybody that wants to keep their community safe, that will be participating in beautifying our city April 18th, starting at 8 a.m. Go to ToryLoweCleanup.com for more information. And once again, we appreciate you, Bill, as always. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait.
Puff!
Take care of your family and take care of the lake and our drinking water and just get rid of this stuff properly.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
The worst kind of whites, not that I'm picking on white folks, but you know how it goes, is the ones that think that they will lose something if this country becomes more fair and equal. I'm going to say that again. The worst kind of white people are the ones that think that if a black person gets a job and gets an opportunity and they ignore how hard the black person had to work and the racism, the bigotry, and the discrimination, and just how people turn their noses up at smart black people. They hate us. And the black person works really hard and overcomes maybe generational curses of poor health and poverty and all of those things. And we got to deal with the police and the criminal justice system that doesn't often have our backs. And then the black person gets a job, gets an opportunity, and a white person sees that and thinks that they lost. Those are the worst kind.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
A message from Tia Mori, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle. It's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk. It brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017. The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Bucks finally won another game against the Dallas Mavericks last night, 123-99. Ryan Rollins with 24 and Kuzma with 20. Doc Rivers after the game.
But great to have him tonight. Home games, things like that, trying to take care of our home crowd. I think it's smart.
Alex Antetokounmpo saw his first game action and scored 3 points last night. Alex after the game.
Dream come true. Honestly, just subbing in, it was kind of like I was looking around. Obviously, being a kid that grew up in Milwaukee, it was just kind of crazy. I've been to more Bucks games that I can never count, so to put on that jersey was amazing.
Bucks are back at it tonight in Houston against the Rockets. The Brewers will go for the series victory this afternoon against the Rays after finally getting the bats going last night for the 6-2 victory. Jacob Mizorowski gets a pre-birthday start today versus the Rays. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 1017 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Facts. 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 Tory Lowe advocate for the poor. Black on black violence, brother, it's a war.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Look, salute to MMSD for becoming one of the presenting sponsors of the Tory Lowe Cleanup this year. Go to ToryLoweCleanup.com to sign up, to register. You can sign up for all 3 locations, or you can sign up for one or two, whatever your time permits. We want everybody to come out. Bring some of those kids that was out at Bayshore. I will put the onus on the parents to get your kids exposed to things that can lead to better opportunities and better paths. It took somebody to come and show me a better path when I was a young person. Like, it took a person that was a minister that came in my life and showed me how to do cameras and took me up to the public access station and showed me how to direct TV and things like that. And then I went on to continue in that field. And now you got the Tory Lowe Show. You got Tory Lowe sitting here. It took somebody that I didn't even know to help me out. So this is where I say, when you see things going on in our communities with the young people, parents, try to get your kids around people that can help them, expose them to more things. And, some kids will take to it like a sponge. Some people may not. But we're not worried about the ones that we already know what's going to happen to the ones that want to continue to act out. It's only a couple things that going to happen to them, But the ones that just need an opportunity to be exposed to a different way of life, I was one of those kids. I was one of those kids that needed to be shown other things than what I was seeing outside of grandmama's house. And I took to it like a sponge. I saw it later in the show yesterday. Pastor Milton was in the chat yesterday, and I think he's trying to talk to text. I saw it late in the show, and I wanted to address it. He said, "Tory Lowe, what was you doing at 16? I was in church. I was a deacon at 15 years old. But the better question is what I was doing at 11, 12, 13, and 14. That was the problem. That was the problem. I was a menace. 12, 13, my 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old years, I was out fighting and doing all kinds of stuff, running with the streets, like that. I was out early. I was outside. Grandma did her best to do what she could do. She had already raised 12 kids, So when I came along, she had a major surgery. She was going through a lot of things. And I would, when I was in the house, I would listen to my grandma. But when I got outside, it was, it is what it is. But I'll tell you this, when we talk about just being exposed, somebody, mentors, or salute to all the mentors, salute to all of the good teachers that can understand that, okay, let me help, let me assist in some type of way. Salute to the community members that helped and assist some type of way. Salute to all of my church family that said, hey, look, how can I assist this young man in some type of way? It all worked out. It all worked out. No, I think from 12, 13, 14, and my first half of my 15, I could have been labeled a menace to society. Because, I was certain things I didn't do. Now, the one thing I didn't do, I didn't want to steal. Like, so when they was breaking in houses and stealing cars, I didn't do that. I didn't want to even do that. Because my grandma had taught me a lot of things before I got outside. And that was the one thing I didn't want to do, was be a part of people stealing, because my grandma she said that only 2 people ain't going to make it to heaven is a liar and a thief. so that's what she told me. So anybody that was stealing, anybody that was out there doing that kind of stuff, I didn't do it, because I was trying to, my grandma had buried that in my brain. Liar and a thief ain't going to make it to heaven. I don't know if that was scripture. I don't know if that was scripture or not. I just know that was kind of keeping me kind of balanced. And then from there, I was blessed to get people in my life to steer me in the right direction. So, hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the number one country that cares. Like, everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool, because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
If you've been injured, let our team help get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
All the forces moving slow, open doors for the lows, to the voice of the voiceless. When you feeling like you running out of choice, boy, Tory got the remedy. Activists going to war for black people, his family. Always got his foot on the pedal, running with no energy. Keeping people at a higher level with his empathy. Call him when you need him. He been an angel, but he had to work for his freedom. And his wings spread for his kingdom. And you know he gotta go to war when he sees demons. He been in them cold nights.
101.
He had to learn a whole
7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about these takeovers, and we peeling the layers back on the takeovers. I want to just make a couple points that the mainstream media, you know, they'll highlight the fights, they'll highlight some of the negative, chaotic behavior that's happening. But I'll say this. This was shared on a post by activist Von Mays, who has been on the show several times. This is a woman that was at Bayshore. I think this is a white woman that was at Bayshore that's giving an account of what she saw at Bayshore. She goes to say, my husband and I went to Bayshore to have a dinner around 7:30 after it was all over. There were a few kids still around, along with a few sheriff cars. The staff at the restaurant we ate at said the kids were pretty well behaved. They just walked around, talked to each other, danced on the sidewalk and in the street. They told us about the 100 kids came into their establishment to avoid cops and politely asked if it was okay for them to sit there and wait for an Uber. They did not trash the place, vandalize anything, or hurt anyone. They gradually left as their rides arrived and went home without causing trouble. After eating, we walked around the mall. We didn't see any signs of vandalism, broken windows, trash, or anything else that would indicate any kind of problem. If not for the news reports, our conversations of the restaurant staff would have been unknown that anything had happened. Yes, there were some troublemakers who were arrested, but doesn't that happen every Brewers game and summer festival? Are we going to avoid American Family Field and the Summerfest grounds and call them unsafe? So let's not overreact. She goes on to say that, so let's not overreact here and call Bayshore unsafe, because a few hundred basically well-behaved kids decided to walk around a mall on Sunday afternoon. Or does the fact that those kids are black have something to do with the paranoia? Now, this is somebody that wrote this. I was trying to read it. It was long. I didn't know I was going to read all of it. It was extra long. It was extremely long. But this is somebody giving an account to what they've seen from the inside. And this is why when I was talking the other day and I was trying to tell people, it was a lot of good kids that went out to this. And a lot of people said, well, if they was good kids, why would they go to this? I'm telling you, this was like an event to them, a gathering. It was something that was spreading on TikTok. A lot of these kids didn't have a clue that these takeovers was going to result in a lot of the chaotic behavior. They were just doing, something, maybe spring break could have motivated a lot of this. But I'll say this. I told people when I went up there to look, a lot of these kids was dressed up like they was going to a concert. Like they had their good clothes on and everything. And they weren't afraid of the police. Now, I made a statement the other day that I said I noticed that they weren't afraid of the police, but I didn't even have the full idea of the context. Only reason some of those kids weren't worried about the police is because they weren't up there breaking into nothing. They weren't up there trying to cause trouble, and you never seen one report that somebody stole something. So they weren't there to try to cause chaos. They were there to be, I guess they were lured there, or they were kind of corralled there through this takeoff idea. But those kids weren't up there to tear up Bayshore. They weren't there to do that. And I said that, and a lot of people got mad because I said that good kids were involved in this. Now we have a white couple saying the same thing I said. This was kind of like an event to them. And many times when you got kids and they going places and they doing things and they're going up to meet up to get something, to have something to do. Of course, you got some kids that showed up and some extra stuff went down. But I'm going to tell you this. You can't tell me a few hundred kids came out there and all of them were bad kids. All of them got low grade point averages. All of them are flunking the test in school. That's a lie. That is not the truth. And when I said that somebody would come back me, I said, no, some of these kids got good grades. They just was coming together at the mall. They didn't know it was going to go that far. Plus, I'm trying to let you know that a lot of this is organized from maybe something that don't even got nothing to do with any of these kids in the city of Milwaukee. Because it's going on in different parts of the United States simultaneously. It's an organized idea amongst the young people. That's why I'm trying to figure out who's behind this. And if we could finally get a report on the dummy account, somebody sent me a dummy account And this don't even got the Moody Park in it. They got 6 flyers in the Takeover account on Instagram, and none of them is what organized Moody Park. So what is this? This is something more nefarious to me, it looks like. Something more nefarious is going on. And it's happening not only in Milwaukee. I played audio from Atlanta, Chicago. It's going on in Louisiana, New York. Somebody just probably been designated to cause the chaos right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Because on the post that Sam King sent me from the Milwaukee person that's posting this, they tell you, I make takeovers for Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We Liddy on the G. This is all commercialized. This is like when people start saying they're gonna pop a cap in you. Like, this is all commercialized language. So this is why we have to keep an eye on our young people and what they're viewing and what they're watching and how they're gathering, because if somebody can make a flyer across the country and all our kids can react to it. I'm talking about not only here in Milwaukee, Chicago teens. What does that say about the village to me? And the parenting, especially, first and foremost, the parenting. But if somebody could come with a flyer and get our kids together, but all these programs and y'all can't get these kids together, but somebody could come and make a flyer and gather the kids, what does that say about what's going on in our neighborhoods, in our communities when it comes to these youth? If y'all want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. We gonna head to the lines. Norm, how you doing, Norm?
What's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
Blessings, brother Norm.
All right. Hey, man, back in my day, we used to have Washington Park to go dancing, and we had I think it was either Moody Park and it was UWM, and it was I think even something was happening around Marquette downtown in Wisconsin. And we used to just go dancing, but like somebody said earlier this week, maybe them kids just don't want to do that. And I don't know how they organized it back then, but it was a lot of places to go at night and just relax, high school ages and stuff. Peace, brother.
Hey, I appreciate that for you tapping in, Norm. I guess we got to run the break. Who we got on the lines? Flora? We got Flora on the lines. We're going to talk to Flora when we get back. And I want to read some chat. We got some talk to text. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Low.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's giving me hope. He's our son. And that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Low, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Low from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Low. Tory Low Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the 3rd hour of the Tory Low Show. And we got some stories I got to get out today. You know, we don't want to get too far behind on a lot of the stories that we got to cover, but these takeovers, we need to make sure we understand what they are. We got to really try to understand who's really behind it. A lot of times, a lot of people thought that the teens was behind it. A lot of people thought that these young people was doing this, but now we're starting to see it's going on simultaneously in other cities. Now, if a kid from Milwaukee is able to start all this chaos in different cities, somebody let me know. I don't think so. I think that there's something more behind the scenes. I seen somebody post, what if the Proud Boys behind the social media takeovers? You know, what if some organization is behind a lot of this? And I'll say this, I think it's some adults or some kind of organization behind it, because it's too well organized and it's going on simultaneously in different black townships, getting these teens all riled up. We got Flora on the lines. How you doing, Flora?
Yes. I'm doing well, King. How you doing?
Blessings, Queen.
All right. So I wanted to just give a little intake on the takeovers that's happening across the nation. Seem like, but my thing is the way that it's hit Milwaukee, and the way that the teams are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then the parents, because now these days you can't even say anything to a team if they're out there trying to break in your car or trying to cause harm to you. Now these days you can't even approach the parent. So I kind of beg the difference when you said that maybe it's maybe those teams that they should thought that they were going to an event. I think that those
I was just saying it from my own observation, from what I saw with my own eyes. Yeah. So I went up there to see it. They were dressed up.
Yeah. And Yeah, I seen it over social media, but I just think that they knew exactly what was going on versus when they was up at Moody Pool Park. They went there with the intentions to be rowdy, to be bawdy, and that's just their everyday lifestyle. Whether it's an
So you saying all the kids was in that space, or just some of the kids that were entwined with the kids?
Yes, just some of them that was entwined with that. Yes, because there's a lot of good kids, there's on the road kids that'll pull their pants up. They'll come out here and help us clean up the community. But then also it's a whole other community of kids that's the total opposite. Yeah, and that takeover really got me feeling some type of way because, like I said, so much goes on in Milwaukee, so we can call everyday lifestyle in Milwaukee a takeover. So, yeah, I'm kind of offended behind the youth and how they're responding, I'm pretty sure we're not going to see that many youth out here April the 18th for the big cleanup takeover.
Last year we had a decent amount, but we need more of them.
Yeah, we did.
We had a decent amount, but we need way more. It wasn't as many as was up at Bayshore. Guarantee that. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But that's up to the parents. That's why I say I'm not putting the onus on the teens to come out to the cleanup. I'm putting the onus on the parents that knew that their teens was up at Bayshore to bring their teens out to the cleanup. This is where the parents can be included to get involved to do something more productive.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree.
Well, I appreciate you for tapping in,
I just want to touch base. Yeah, okay, King. Take care. I'll see you on the 18th.
Thank you. I appreciate you. When we talk about having a situation where the adults can take control, I think that when I throw out there things for the cleanup, I'm saying let's get the adults involved to get their kids to come out to the cleanup so we can get a better understanding and a better organization on how we can move forward. And this is already something that was going to take place. Last year we had 300 people, families, little babies. People brought their baby out in the stroller to the cleanup last year. But was it what was going on at Bayshore? No, it wasn't like a pure teen understanding. What I do is community events, community-driven service events. But this is something that the kids need to be exposed to, and this is on the parents. I'm not looking for the teens that saw the viral photo on TikTok to say, oh, look, I'm finna go over to the cleanup. No, I'm looking for the parents that know that their kids went out to Bayshore knowing that they was involved in this to say, oh, you know what, I'm going to take you, this is an opportunity to show you where to direct some energy and get around people that can steer you in the right direction. I'm looking for that kind of response. Understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation. The parents these kids had to go back home at the end of the day, or they had to go back to somebody's house. And I'm asking for those people that are housing these young people to come and bring those kids out to the cleanup. Bring the family. Get involved. 833-212-1017. If you want to join the conversation, if you want to leave a talk to text, 833-212-1017. Or get in the chat as we broadcast live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube. We got Eddie on the lines, Truth Nation.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
How you doing, brother
Tory,
Eddie?
how's it going? I'm doing good, Tory. How are you?
I'm feeling powerful. Hey, Eddie, we got an opportunity for you to get rid of that old paint.
I know. I'm going to take you up on it. I got some old gas cans that have been sitting in the back of the garage for a while.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do that, and then some paint. Of course, paint only I've used on my residence because I have a business. And it could be considered commercial, right? A commercial business can't do it. So,
but you can do the one out of your house.
That's right. And I'm an honest, righteous man. I'm going to do the right thing, Tory, because it's the right thing to do. Now, Tory, I want to talk about these takeovers.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a racial component to it, and this is what I mean. White males in America outnumber black males 7-1. And yet, in any of these takeovers ever, I don't see any white people other than cops and law enforcement, is what I'm saying. Are white kids being discriminated against when it comes to mayhem? I'm asking. Are they not allowing these white kids?
Well, I read the response from the white couple, and they say that they had experienced that some of the kids were well behaved, and this is something that I read, from a white couple that posted this on social media. Now,
or maybe they got it mixed up with somebody on a field trip.
This is what they said. This is what they were talking about. They said, don't when they have Brewers games or large gatherings, you get bad apples that's doing things as well, that get arrested for disorderly conduct as well. So they're just kind of bringing up the fact that they heard that many of the restaurants, many of the kids were well behaved. So a lot of people just want to throw this mask out there, like all the kids were out there to create chaos. And I said that wasn't the case from what I seen, but you are going to get bad kids, bad apples in groups, especially large groups. And no matter if it's a takeover, no matter if it's a championship World Series win, you're going to get those bad apples that's going to fight and be destructive.
Okay, Tory. Well, Tory, I'd like to say something about that. I like to stereotype people. I'm good at it. That. I've got a niche. Nobody else is doing it. I like to put people in one box so I don't have to think about each individual person. I like to stereotype people and then apologize to the 2 or 3% that don't deserve the stereotype, okay?
Oh, wow.
I'm going to try tonight. I'm going to get on my couch. I'm going to look up a few things. I'm going to get some quotes. And I'm going to be fair about it, Tory. I'm going to be fair because I'm a fair guy. I'm a righteous guy. Tory, on that note, I got to go. I got to pick up some hinges for some cabinetry. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Tory. Okay?
All right, Eddie.
Tomorrow. Bye.
Eddie, you always make me laugh. You just gotta look at Eddie and say, hey, look, hopefully we can help him out. We got MMSD. They're going to be collecting paint. Maybe Eddie needs to turn in the paint. Turn into some of that paint that he been sniffing. We got Will on the line. Let's get Will. How you doing, Will?
Hey, brother Tory Lowe, man. Good to hear your voice.
Bless
It's been a while
Will.
since I had a chance to call in. Oh man, but I just want to say this and share this about the takeover. I seen a while ago on the news some protests going on throughout the country, and the chant and the cry of this particular group was, "You will not replace us." I don't know if you recall that group, and that was their chant and that was their cry. And now we have our young people being a part of this takeover. And I wonder, because it's like, that's not our language. When you talk to our young people, that's not the lingo. That's not the hood vernacular, if you would, that you hear in our young people. And then the fact that it's happening nationwide, it raises an eyebrow. And especially during a time when the country, or the president, rather, is prosecuting a war abroad. And that war, has implications here at home as well. We won't go into all of that, but suffice to say that there was an Israeli government official who said that the greatest threat to Israel at this particular time was black youth.
Yeah. She did say that.
That was
a female that said that.
Yeah, I would caution us to not allow our need for relaxation and R&R and just hanging out and having a good time to be manipulated by a much wiser, a much more crooked, a much more scientifically sophisticated manipulator and enemy of our lives.
And that's what's going on.
Yeah, brother. It doesn't sit well. If we look at how our enemies have killed our leaders in the past and the technology that they use to facilitate all of that, these people are a lot wiser, a lot more crafty. and how they can manipulate our desires. So
we got to be careful and have the right conversations to make sure that we're getting to the root of what's going on instead of looking at the mainstream marketing ideas and understand that there's more nefarious ideas at play with these takeovers.
True indeed, my brother. That's all I was calling for, just to put a word of caution on our mind about it.
Hey, appreciate you for tapping in, Brother Will. Hey, look, we about to run the break. Well, is it break time? We got to run the break. When we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. I got to get to some stories. There's a couple things I want to get to before we get out of here, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner, serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
They getting tired of you, Tory. Every time you look up, they kicking another door. See, I told you the days of being silent are over. This is the time for your cup to run over. If you don't stand for something, you gon' fall for anything. You hear me? Let me tell you something. If you need me, you know how to find me. But keep doing what you doing. I'm proud of you. Yeah, yeah. He who finds himself losing himself for my sake will find it. Yeah. And he who loses his life for my sake will find it. I've been praying for peace. I've been praying for peace. Tired of fighting these beats, but they need me in these streets. Yeah.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about the real root causes of these takeovers, and I think that we need to make sure that we understand that if somebody can post a flyer from behind the screen and get communities worth of kids, black children, to respond in this way. We need to really reevaluate how this can happen and work to try to deflect or redirect the energy in a positive way. That's my opinion of what I'm seeing right now. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. We got Sandra on the lines. How you doing, Queen?
I'm fine. How are you doing today?
Hey, look, we trying to get to the bottom of what's really going on with these takeovers, and it looked like it's going on in different black communities across the United States. At least 7 that I see at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling. Yeah. Because, see, I live right in the area where the last one was up by Moody, where Moody Pool used to be in our Avenue School.
Yep.
And my kids went to school over there and stuff. And I happened to pass there, and Channel 12 was over there interviewing a guy. And so I had mentioned it to Dr. Ken on his podcast, or his, when he was speaking on his show. And I mentioned that I wanted to stop. And but somebody mistook me for saying I wanted to break in. I did not want to break in. I wanted to stop. I wanted to let them finish. And then when they got ready to pack up their stuff, I wanted to talk to Channel 12. Because if you notice the city, I'm living here right in the midst of it. It is so rotted out. And this is all by design. It didn't just get here. This was all by design to rot the city out. Now they're after our kids because you can put us up for every demonistic thing in America. It's always we're the cause of it, you know. And I know
we become the face of
if
it.
you start looking at, look at. I mean, come down here and look. They pick up the trash. Here comes somebody else throwing their mattresses and their stoves and everything right back in city lots. These are city lots. How come the city's not cleaning their lots? They could pay some of these kids to do some of this work. Show them how to get a bankroll of money and corporations and stuff. Everything they do, they try to denigrate the black people, the black kids, and they're the ones letting bricks fall off of churches. There's a church on the corner, 26 an hour, and the bricks falling all off. I said, I hope the bricks hit somebody in the head and they sue the city. Because everything they do is about us. Because, look, when Rittenhouse ran over there to Kenosha, he was called to order. The sheriff's department called him to order, and he came there with a gun, and he was not old enough to carry the type of rifle he had. George Floyd, agitators stepped in there, and some of the police was in there breaking windows out. There's a lot of things we haven't read about that we don't even know, but they make it look like it's always black people that's doing stuff.
And we don't even know who behind these flyers, because it may not even be a person that look like me that's organizing this. So what I'm saying is we got to make sure. Yeah. Well, we definitely know it's AI because the flyer is AI. So what I'm saying is, and the account that is coming from look like a dummy account. So what I'm saying is, you know, this is going on in multiple black cities right now, across the United States, New York, Chicago.
What the police saying? Yeah, what the police saying?
No, they just talking how. Look,
I mean, have they talked to
when I played the articles at the top of the show. If you close your eyes and don't hear, listen, hold on, listen to me. If you play the articles and you just take away the different cities, it'll sound like what they talking about in Milwaukee. Only thing that's different from all these reports is that it's in a different city, but it's the same language, the same messaging. But they never put up the person. Hold on, you never see the person that organized it.
Right. Well, the thing is, you got to remember, like the guy just talked about them saying something like, we will not be replaced. I saw this guy named Richard Spencer. Now, this is all in the background. Now, they charged up North Carolina there and killed that woman's child. They were all in the background of like an office, and so a lot of them get into church, and they were saying, Hi Hitler. Richard Spencer, look him up too. Hi Hitler. And they went down to North Carolina and killed that woman's daughter. So there's a lot of stuff going on behind our backs and in the churches and in their little meetings that's being done that we don't even know. But I just can't just sit there and let them blame black people for everything. And we got a lot of gifted black children.
I agree. Hey,
okay.
Look, I appreciate you for tapping in. Hey, look, we got to make sure we understand that many times when we just run with these narratives And then all of a sudden you get to seeing that sometimes it's a hole. That's why I said we got to repair the holes in the village, repair the communication, restore the love and the respect in the community, because things can happen like this when everybody's off into their own. Somebody can just stick a flyer, and next thing you know, our kids are responding not only in Milwaukee but nationwide to a flyer from dummy accounts. Kay, how you doing, Kay?
Hey, yeah, good. Yeah, and I agree with some of what Miss Sandra is saying, and some of it I don't. Yet again, we cannot keep blaming everybody but us. If we know these things are taking effect, if we know these things are possible, if we see these things before our very eyes, it's for us to make the next calculated move. While they're sitting up playing chess, we cannot keep playing checkers. So let's not keep saying, if you know they're setting it up and it's by design, then you ought to be smart enough that we're going to be able to do this to counteract that. So we can't keep blaming everybody else and not take accountability for what we're doing, because the white man ain't coming down in the inner city dumping his mattresses and his trash and his garbage and his tires. No, these are our people. You want to know how I know they're our people? Because on my camera systems, I see them. On my parents' camera systems, I see it. On my friends and family members who have them, we see them. We don't never see white people doing it. So let's stop trying to put it on them, and let's take accountability for some of our stuff, because, to truth be told, we the only people that got to have a cleanup in our neighborhood. Because if you go out into other neighborhoods, I never hear them saying anywhere, let's clean up our neighborhood. You want to know why? Because the neighborhood cleans itself up. We don't have to gather. They don't have to gather people from everywhere to come and clean up a certain spot. You want to know why? Because the people who live in that spot take care of that spot. So if we know that the white man is generating this and he's doing that, then we need to stop playing checkers and start playing chess. If we know these meetings are happening behind our back, we need to start having meetings. So it's kind of like, I see you, I need you to see me, and not I see you, but I'm going to act like I don't see you. It's not all of them. When we start taking accountability, that's when stuff is going to change for us. But until then, we're going to keep having this conversation, and we're going to keep having individuals like Miss Sandra keep calling and saying, it's the white man, they're planting this, they're planting that. Some of it we're doing to ourselves.
Not being aware and not showing respect and not appreciating what is going on right here in our own neighborhoods when we are the ones that are trying to live and raise our families in the community. And I think that this is where I say 2026 is time to repair the village. It's time to repair the holes in the village, because when you got holes in the village, things like this takeover can happen.
Absolutely. We gotta set ourselves up better. We know that computers are the next thing, XYZ. Get your kids like being on that computer. Get them involved in the stuff they like to be involved in, because a lot of them love these phones. Set them up for some of these coding classes and things that are going to help better them and get their mind going outside of, let's go run around on the street and act like we fighting when we're not, and then something jump out, now we fighting, and it is happening. So it ain't always them. We got to take accountability for the stuff that's happening too, and stop playing checkers when these other folks is playing chess.
And they definitely advance with the AI and the technology and using it right now, weaponizing the AI graphics against, facts. That's what's going on.
To our advantage. And guess what we saying? We know they doing it, and we just going to keep blaming them. But not hold the people accountable, because just because somebody else doing it don't mean that you can piggyback, and that don't make it right. That don't mean you go with the flow. That's where we separate our leaders from our followers. Okay.
Hey, look, I appreciate you for tapping in, Kay. Thank you for calling in, Queen. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I don't think we're going to be able to get to these stories. We're going to have to get to them tomorrow. I had a couple stories I wanted to get to, but I guess this conversation needs to be had. We had to get to the root of the causes of these takeovers so we can know how to move forward and understand the language we need to use to move forward, especially when it comes to our youth. When we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Low.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
If oil gets to $90 a barrel, I'll be able to pay off my house. I think war is awful. It's terrible. It doesn't resolve things. It creates long-lasting hatred and even more conflict that the American people are always going to find themselves involved in.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
But if I don't have a mortgage, you know what I mean? You take the good with the bad. Didn't Donald Trump say he was going to end the wars? You can't have America first if you're involved in all these foreign wars. And there's people that believed him when he said that. He doesn't like wars. He said it many times. Said it on the campaign trail.
Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
He's bombed just as much in his first year as any warmongering hawk president we've ever seen since World War II.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Young black entrepreneur Dion Nicholas founded agentic AI company Forethought in 2017 to try to make AI used for customer service more user-friendly. Nicholas refers to it as human-centered AI.
Customers are getting their questions answered faster, and they're actually seeing an even better experience in many cases than when interacting with a human agent. So this idea of, hey, I just want to press 0 and talk to a human is actually a thing of the past when it comes to agentic AI.
That's Nicholas on Bloomberg Television. The company so far has done well enough that it caught the attention of the much larger firm Zendesk, which decided to acquire Forethought. Tom Eggemeyer is CEO of Zendesk and spoke to Bloomberg about why Forethought aligns with his company's vision for agentic AI.
A lot of companies are just trying to get deflections, get the customer not talking to them. Forethought is exactly what Zendesk is trying to do. We're really symbiotic here. We're trying to resolve the customer's issues.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017. The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Bucks finally won another game against the Dallas Mavericks last night, 123-99. Ryan Rollins with 24 and Kuzma with 20. Doc Rivers after the game.
But great to have him tonight. Home games, things like that, trying to take care of our home crowd, I think it'd be smart.
Alex Antetokounmpo saw his first game action and scored 3 points last night. Alex after the game.
Dream come true. Honestly, just subbing in, it was kind of like I was looking around, obviously being a kid that grew up in Milwaukee, it was just kind of crazy. I've been to more Bucks games than I can never count, so to put on that jersey was amazing.
Bucks are back at it tonight in Houston against the Rockets. The Brewers will go for the series victory this afternoon against the Rays after finally getting the bats going last night for the 6-2 victory. Jacob Mizorowski gets a pre-birthday start today versus the Rays. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Advocate, wanna know who had to give, whose idea was it to blast the trick? Once they get back in the way, it's over. Ghetto, John Brown, 27 standing for the home team. Neighborhood hero, post-traumatic soul scream. Advocate, wanna know who had to give, whose idea was it to blast the trick? Once they get back in the way, it's over. Tory Lowe. Gotta tell him, bro. Tory Lowe. Gotta tell him, bro. Ghetto, John Brown, 27, standing for the home team. Neighborhood hero, post traumatic.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Joining me as we broadcast live, we got advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy hump day.
Hey, happy hump day. Finally peeling some layers back on the takeover. Coming to find out that this is going on in multiple black townships across the United States: Atlanta, Louisiana, New York, Chicago, Milwaukee, and this is why I say we have to make sure that we understand where the originators of this ideal is, because once you start peeling the layers back, the people that are organizing these things may not even look like you or me. So we got to make sure that we can redirect the energy of what's happening, because now we don't see no organizer. We don't see the person, even when you go to the site, you don't see a real site. You don't see, a lot of it is AI targeted many times. So like I said, it's being orchestrated at the same time in other black communities with other black teens. And now that we're peeling the layer back on this, now we know how to move when it comes to this situation.
And I said that yesterday. Again, we know due to the, George Floyd and, all of these things that we knew that, again, it wasn't organic. And the root cause of it is always in limbo, because people just react. But the reality of that is, like you stated, now that we know that, again, and I really want to know if that's the fact, and we have all of this technology. You telling me that we can't pinpoint exactly who's creating this, who putting, again, 9 times out of 10, they don't look like us. They never do. Just like during the marches and everything else, all of the things that wasn't organic, that we was pointing out to people, that individuals showing up, inside our community and causing chaos, and then going back, wherever they came from. It's crazy too, because again, when I make that terminology about, the house with no doors, how our community is so vulnerable, because we can be attacked because there's no doors on the house. There's no security. And again, as vulnerable as our children are, when it comes to AI, this is the other side of what we're talking about, social media and how these things are taking place. So it's pivotal that we pay attention, not to only what's happening, but the root cause of why it's happening.
I want to make sure that, we get through this, because we got so many fires going on in our community. And, we started out this week with these takeover ideas, and now we're getting to the fact that some of these are copycat ideas. Now people are copying the one situation that happened yesterday at the 3rd Street Market Hall. I went out and looked around the area. I didn't see not one teen anywhere. Like, how if let's say if they were deterred, then you would see some kids getting back on the bus, or you would see remnants of,
Absolutely.
You don't
that it was going to take place.
Yeah, I didn't see no remnants of it ever going to take place.
That
So
part,
you
and
got
that's what I was
now you
saying
got
yesterday.
the dummy flyers out here, people trying to mimic and cause chaos from the Bayshore situation. A lot of those flyers, one at all the police districts, it was a flyer going around with that. One with a lot of Lime scooters. We was going to take over with the Lime scooters. Now you got the copycat ideas going around too as well.
I mean, and then you have to think about it, again, with all the police presence that was downtown, like I stated, that left the city uncovered. Because again, correct me if I'm wrong, if we're under a shortage, how do yesterday, because I seen your video, all of those officers that were down there, when they're on a wild goose chase, you watch any criminalized movie and they put certain things in play to get, police to
Get
go
the
one
distraction.
place while they committing the crime in another space. This is the ample opportunity that could be taking place. Again, all of those cars that was downtown, I'm like, if we're under a shortage, what parts of the city is going, unprotected? If there's protection, if they're chasing these dummy flyers.
Yep, I see a lot of the dummy flyers. Like people were sending me flyers. People making flyers right now. Because now it's a game, it's a joke. But when you talk about the real seriousness of it, people puppeteering are able to puppeteer our youth and
Our
steer their
children,
energy through AI flyer. Like that's something that we got to say. Okay, we
Absolutely.
see that they are open to this type of direction.
Absolutely.
So we have to make sure that now we make the adjustments and redirect a lot of this to something more positive.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better, because again, it just goes to show that we're vulnerable and our children are too. And then you look at the reactions that everybody was given, and now we're figuring out that we don't have a root cause or the persons or people who created the flyer, but was able to have these kids group up like that. Is definitely a concern. Eyebrows should be raised, and there should be resources put in play to find out exactly what's going on.
Hey, look, I always say every time I made a flyer and put it out there, the media knew where I was.
That part.
They knew they tracked me down, sent me text messages. Hey, can we come see you?
Absolutely.
Now you got all this chaos going on. And let us say it was somebody that was a real person in the city of Milwaukee. Many times they are on the news. Hey, why did you do this? Why did you do that?
Absolutely.
So you got chaos going all across these different townships in the United States, and not one organizer on the news or not one organization claiming, to be able to organize this. It's so sinister and nefarious the way this is going on. And we got to make sure that we are in the right mind state to understand where we could put our energy in the right space to curb what's happening.
I agree. Absolutely, Ken. Because it's unreal.
Hey, like I said, Elizabeth Brown, it's a lot going on. And we got to make sure that we leave room for grace many times when we talk about resolving issues. I've seen a lot of people now, they trying to take advantage of the situation and try to get more grant money and things like that.
Yeah.
And they, they trying to get in a position to capitalize on the chaos, but really not going to the grassroots of why this is going on so you can apply the right pressure. And that's just why we hit and miss every time when it comes to things, because everybody's in their own silo. Nobody truly know. They just see an issue on the news, and now they coming up with a solution, and that solution may not even work for what actually created the energy to create what happened.
It's not going to work, King. The goal, again, one, we have children who have been arrested. This is just another ploy. Again, you put a black face on it, it automatically turns criminal. Again, whoever behind this, like I said, I would just wonder during that time how much crime was committed when these flyers went out, and how we can't find out where these flyers generated from, because I'm under the impression that everything we say on Facebook, Instagram, and everything else, that the federal government can pull it and charge people with certain things. So I would wonder, is there a task force that's going to get to the bottom of these flyers that's having these children meet up like that? Because again, when you think about it, King, it should be of concern that we don't know the root cause or who these people are, but we know that they was able to get our kids, rally them up. Again, go back to the
In different
marches.
cities.
Come on. When the bricks showed up at the marches, okay? When the buildings got burned down at the marches, when guns was dropped off in our community during certain periods of time, and then our community got the backlash, plenty of people went to jail for it, and so on and so forth. So again, eyebrows should be raised.
Hey, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
Redlining happened here. Some neighborhoods are still left behind. When decisions are made about our blocks, our homes, and our families, we deserve to be heard. The Milwaukee County Office of Equity and Empower invites you to help us tell the story of wealth by taking a short survey online. What do you need to build wealth for your family, business, or neighborhood? Take the survey and be entered in to win concert tickets, cash prizes, and more. Take the survey now through the end of March at mkestoryofwealth.com. That's mkestoryofwealth.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you ain't know, I get that peso.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, a lot we had to cover today. I think that I'm gonna leave room open for if they ever find out who the organizers are. But now we got to move on because we got 57 fires going on in the community. Hey, we got to go to keep our eyes on the prize. But I think that this was something that we had to make sure we do a deep dive into before we can address multiple issues that's going on at the same time.
Absolutely. We definitely need to get to the bottom of it. And again, at the same time, need to find out the ins and outs of it. Because again, for the Tory Low cleanup, that flyer's out there. Let's see if we can get that many kids to show up to clean up the community. You know, we need that same energy.
I said them parents.
Absolutely.
This gives the parent the opportunity to get involved now. Maybe they was taken off guard by the takeover, but they definitely can do something with the flyers that are going viral right now on Facebook. So it seems like right now they're sharing it, but they need to do more active ideas and get those teens that possibly went up to Bayshore out for the April 18th cleanup. They got time to get it all ready and get it all organized. So let's see what happens.
Hey, and it makes sense. Again, we can beautify our own city, do positive things, promote positivity. Again, we see how, it went mainstream when it's negativity. How about let's push something positive? Again, we've been saying this for years. If we put the same energy in our children acting out as we do our children, the children showing up every day and doing what they're supposed to do, outside of what it is that we're promoting. If we're promoting greatness, then you get greatness. If we highlighting, it's always the negativity and we wondering why, that's why. It's time for us to flip the coin. Start to empower and promote the positive, the things that they are doing good. If we continue to highlight that, then we'll get more of that. So, I mean, with that being said, King, ain't no better time than the present to get something right. And we have all of this technology. And like you said, we got 1,000,001 fires burning in our community because, again, it's the house with no doors. Everybody can come in and violate, man, woman, and child. We done seen several things in this new year, the elderly. Now it's the kids. I mean, again, it's voting time. People need to be thinking about that. At the same time, we got the community cleanup. Get out, do something, get to know somebody outside of your regular, so you know what's going on and you don't fall for the okie doke. And not only that, you're able to hold these politicians' feet to the fire because they talk loud, but they're doing nothing. And that don't go together. This is a season where what you talk about is what you've been about, and you have a bag of results to go with it. The majority of these people that we looking to for answers, they have the credentials on paper. They got the mission statement, but they don't have the work. They don't have the resume of work that has been completed. And this is why we have to make sure that we not only at the game, but we in the game.
Also, do we have time to play the story from Michigan? And we could try it. The woman that escaped from out of the police car in Michigan. I think this was going viral. A woman who escaped from police car while handcuffed.
She was out for a while.
And they said, is she still at large or they got her?
They finally caught her
at the old Omni Fitness Club off of East Norton Avenue in Muskegon Heights at around 3:30 p.m. on Saturday. Now, according to dispatcher audio, Muskegon Heights police were called here for reports of a suspicious vehicle. Now, around 30 minutes after that initial phone call, that's when that viral video starts. We can see that woman kind of peek out of that Muskegon Heights vehicle. It took her about 10 seconds to get both of her legs out. You can see her run with her hands behind her back, and she starts heading down Peck Street that way.
Subject running northbound from the Omni. Northbound from the Omni. Do you have a description? Quick female, blonde hair, all black.
That video that was shot by the Block Paper Weekly ends there with that Muskegon Heights police cruiser going up Peck Street. However, around 3
that's
hours
good. I mean, y'all want to check out that story. It's a Michigan woman escaped from a police car. I never seen nothing like this. She got scared. She looked like she'd been in this situation before.
I mean, again, the window was let down low enough for her to get out.
Window down.
Again, King, you know, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. I just want to know what the charges is coming after that, because she probably just get probation. You know,
we can't even get the window cracked. I mean, people saying they can't breathe in the backseat, they still got the window up.
Come on, that part. Hey, you can't make this stuff up.
How you crawl out the window with your handcuff behind your back? Wow.
I just want to, like, King, you know what? Like, when they say the world's dumbest criminals, but
she kind of smart.
Whoever this officer was, you know what?
I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. Andrew, freeze it on her hanging out the window, like with her handcuffs. Get it to the part where she just almost out, but she's still climbing through the window. No.
Where was the officer?
Talk about no hands.
What was the officer asleep?
No, he was looking in the vehicle. They was too busy. They said, okay, they got her secured. They went and looked in the vehicle. While they was digging in the vehicle, she kind of just not used no hands, stuck her head out the window and flipped out. Look at this.
And didn't even fall on her head either.
Didn't fall on her head or nothing. Wow.
Spider Woman.
Somebody said incredible skills, athletic talent. Has to
and
be
got away cuffed.
Reggio said she got to be a Spartan.
Hey. Can't make it up, King.
She ran.
Can't make it up.
She ran to Eddie's house. Hey, look.
And she wasn't shot in the back either.
She wasn't shot in the back. Hey. Well, look, another day. Hey, look, I appreciate you for being on the front lines. There's a lot of things we got to take care of. Hopefully we can get the organizers of these takeovers to come and talk to the media or something.
Absolutely. Let's do it, King. One day at a time.
Hey, somebody said the cameraman didn't even snitch on her.
Hey, if they had black cameras.
Fact.
That part. Hey, salute, King.
All right, Queen.
One love.
Thank you for tapping in. I'll talk to you soon. All right, salute to everybody in the chat. Another powerful chat today. I appreciate everybody for joining the show in the chat. Salute to everybody out there in Radio Land. And salute to everybody that called in and added to the topics today. Look, we got to get to the root of the causes so we know where to put the energy. Many times when we look at the mainstream narratives and you use that as a way to apply energy, many times the outcome doesn't affect why it actually even took place in the first place. This is why we got to understand, how did it start? How can we redirect the energy into something more positive? Hey, look, keep your head on the swivel. Green don't always mean go and look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District